I. I'd like for you to guess the profession that I'm describing. Okay? Your first appointment arrives, and she tells you of her husband's affair, her devastation, and now the details of the divorce. Your next appointment arrives, and she's beaming. She tells you after 2 years of trying to get pregnant, she's pregnant. Your next appointment arrives, and he's walking slowly, shoulders are kind of down, and you know he's off a little bit. He tells you he didn't get the job. His confidence is starting to wane, and you know he's really bummed out. Your next appointment comes in, chatting about her vacation plans, her family, and what she's going to do with her children. Very excited. And finally, your last appointment of the day arrives, and you know something is terribly wrong. You ask her, "How are you doing?" And she tells you, last night she contemplated taking the bottle of sleeping pills on her nightstand. She's suicidal. So how many of you think I'm talking about a therapist? Or a doctor, psychiatrist, social worker? Believe it or not, I'm talking about a hairdresser. And these are true stories. The appointment goes from high to low, high to low. I mentor and coach salon owners and hairdressers, and it's no wonder that hairdressers and spa professionals are burnt out and dropping out due to these intense, crazy conversations. My name is Michon Bushman. I've been in the professional beauty industry for over 30 years, and things have radically changed over the last 30 years and continue to change exponentially. As you can imagine, society has changed, and the demands of the society are much different than they were even 5 years ago. That's why hairdressers are finding themselves in these crazy situations. I've worked with Aveda for the last 29 years, and I'm currently with L'Oreal. I got to be part of an innovative team that brought the green beauty revolution to the world and was mentored by Horst Rechelbacher, the founder of Aveda, and he's now called the father of green beauty. It was very exciting to be part of a cutting-edge team to bring green beauty to the world. And today, I want to take that deeper. We had a message of planetary and personal rejuvenation. And what we're going to do is take that one step deeper. We're going to take beauty to a new level by actually going within. We're starting a beauty revolution. With the day of technology and social media, the need to be touched and connected has radically decreased. The more reliant we become on technology, the less human face-to-face interaction we have. And this is diminishing our ability to effectively communicate, and our ability to emotionally connect and to manage ourselves is going down. However, at the same time, we're seeing beauty images that are godlike and goddess-like. How do we live up to that? So we show up at the salon and we have these unreal expectations, and maybe we haven't talked to anybody for a month. But I want to go from dark hair to blonde hair in an hour and a half. I want to walk out with thick, long, luscious, gorgeous hair, but I have very fine, thin hair. So with emotionally frail clients that are stressed and time poor and have these huge expectations, the hairdresser and the spa professional has a tall order. What this means to beauty is that we need a massive shift. There are 200,000 beauty salons in the United States, and if 10% of them adopted a more inner beauty approach with only touching 4 hairdressers, touching 2 clients a day, we would impact 20,000 lives a day in the United States, equating to 2 million lives a week. 2 million people would have the opportunity to hit the pause button, stop the chaos, go within and relax. Over the course of the year, we would impact 100 million lives. I believe beauty professionals can change the world. And I believe we can do this one client at a time. So what I'm proposing is that we take beauty to the next level. Beauty isn't just something that you see. Even though we're taught to believe that and have these images, but beauty is also something that you feel. It's something that radiates, that's energizing, it permeates, it's a presence. And we can take this concept of beauty and take it to the next level. And that is actually going to start with each beauty professional by upgrading our own belief set of what beauty is. By salon professionals developing their own inner beauty with self-confidence, self-talk, resiliency, and positivity, they will create a path for others to follow. Clients will notice, and it's contagious. After that, we can incorporate these effects of positivity and self-talk and spiritual inner practices into the beauty service. So imagine getting your hair shampooed while someone walking you through a meditation that helps wash away not only your hair and your scalp, but your stress and energy that no longer serves you. That's a little example. We can radically change the experience in the salons by the way that we change the conversation. How many of you have ever asked someone, "How are you doing?" and you're sorry you did? Right? Before we finish the sentence, we're like, and you hear a litany of everything that has gone wrong. And that really sets the tone for the conversation. So instead of asking, "How are you doing?" we can simply change the conversation, and it is so easy. We can ask questions like, "What's the best thing that's happened to you since I've last seen you? What is something that you're looking forward to? What's the best piece of advice that you've ever learned?" Wow. Those would be pretty cool conversations, right? And can you tell around you when it's a positive vibe? Have you ever walked in a room when people have been arguing or people have been laughing? Words have power. In Arabic, the word abracadabra literally translates into "I speak, therefore I create." Our conversations have the ability to create a little bit of negativity by "How are you doing?" and we're hoping it's a good conversation, or we can set the tone with positive conversations. And positivity spreads too. Energy is contagious. So we start with these uplifting conversations, and then we add a menu of services that the guests can choose from. I gave you the example of a guided meditation while your hair is being washed, washing away stress and negativity. What if, while your hair color was processing or your nails were drying, instead of reading a gossip magazine, you had the opportunity to pop in some earbuds and listen to a guided meditation on relaxation? Wow, wouldn't that be a great 20 minutes? We could also offer small inner practices of pulling a card from an inspirational deck, just to get some insight. Learning about essential oils or crystals. Here's one. How about we have the option to have a quiet service? Sometimes we just need permission to quiet the mind, right? Let the body reboot. So besides these little inner beauty experiences that we can offer alongside the service, the other piece that we can bring to the table that is free is our energy. Energy is a finite resource, just like money and time. Do you ever run out of energy? Or have you ever had someone suck the life out of you? Right? Energy is when we can direct it, we have the ability to really positively impact people in the environment. So I had an opportunity to put my life coaching and my Reiki skills to the test. While training in a salon, I noticed a beautiful woman start rubbing her temples. Well, Sonia is a single mother of three boys, nonetheless. She's getting her master's after work and trying to get in shape and lose weight. By the end of the training, Sonia was doubled over with her hand over her heads, but like almost in the fetal position. So I said, Sonia, how about I give you a little energy scalp massage? And she said, sure. She hardly opened her eyes. So when I started, I noticed Sonia was barely breathing, like she was tight. So I invited Sonia to breathe to the count of my breath. And I'm going to invite you to do that today. So what we're going to do is we're going to belly breathe in for 3, and I'll guide you through this. We're going to hold for a count of 4, and then we're going to exhale deeply for a count of 5, okay? So I'd like for you to get comfortable in your chairs, uncross your legs, drop your shoulders, imagine your spine being pulled up straight by a string, relax your face. So from your belly, I'd like for you to take a very deep inhalation. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How's that feel? Well, for Sonia, after her first breath, she had a tear run down her face. I was a little surprised, like, wow, that was quick. Does this happen? After her second deep breath, Sonia had tears flowing down her face and her neck, and she let it go. So I continued 5 minutes, dusting off her stress, gave her a little grounding, finishing close, sent her a little bit of love. And Sonia opened her eyes, and she jumped out of her chair, and she said, I know what happened. My last client came in and just dumped all over me. Energy is contagious. My story with life coaching and spirituality and energy has a very personal meaning. I got a phone call, and I looked down, and I knew something was terribly wrong. It was the hospital. And they start off saying, your daughter is alive. She's fine. Well, I don't know what fine is at that point, right? But my daughter's in the hospital. She had made a suicide attempt. For the next 18 months, we tried everything. Medication, psychiatrists, therapist, and she would chew them up and spit them out with no healing. Very little success. So it wasn't until I brought Gabrielle to a life coach, Reiki energy healing practitioner, that I heard her laugh for the first time in 1.5 years. It was shocking. It was beautiful. Gabrielle came out of the room and said, Mom, I wish we could have done this 1.5 years ago. I'm not suggesting that one treatment was the cure or that it replaces traditional routes, But I am suggesting it radically changed the trajectory of her healing. Think about if we had the potential, and we do have the potential, to impact Sonia in 5 minutes, or Gabrielle after a year and a half of deep depression. Wow, what an impact we can have. Hairdressers, spa therapists have that ability to touch 100 million people a year. We have the ability not only to give them a makeover, but help make over their outlook. Not only to color their hair and makeup, but color their world. We can massage away tension, both physically and metaphorically. We can give facials while giving a facelift. With just a few guided words, a little bit of energy and positivity. We get to choose. We get to choose what beauty looks like. We get to choose what the services are and the experiences are in the salon. The need has never been greater to be touched, to be heard, and to be connected. So let's make these touch points and connections positive and meaningful. Because we can change the world and make it a better, brighter, beautiful place, one person, one service at a time.